Hello friends, today I am going to show you how to install PVS and step-by-step guide by tricks that make you smart. Let's have an idea about what PVS means. We are sharing one hard disk to the multiple computers which is not having a hard disk, or we can have hard disk. It's not a problem. We are sharing one image to the 100 clients or more than. One image can give up to 120 clients. Okay, this PVS comes under streaming technologies. The client end won't be need to PXE Ethernet card and CPU and RAM. No need to have hard disk. If you have, no problem. For this provisioning store, we have storing one VHD and sharing to the DAO. Let's have an installer idea about installation environment. This is my Active Directory. Would have installed 2012 and make it as a domain. This is why I'm using 10.1 series, and I also installed DHCP also in that the same machine. I have given 2 GB RAM for that. Coming to this is my member server. I am using 2008 R2 and I am going to install PVS and the SQL in the same machine. In the real time, the SQL will be installed in separate machine, but we don't have resources for that. We have installed both in the same machine. And this is the client machine. Client machine means which hard disk you need to share 100, that we call it as a client machine. For example, I want to serve a Windows 7 for 100 members, so I take it as a Windows 7 as a client. So this is my end computer. Here I don't have CPU hard disk. I have RAM and hard CPU. Basic thing we what need to check before doing this means all should be part of the domain. Either it's a member server or client. I already ordered all the systems. How to add, I will show you. I have login the administrator in the member server. I have login as the administrator. Wherever you log in with, you have to log in with administration privileges only. Go to my computer. Here, click change. Click change. Here by default it will all group and select as a select domain and give domain credentials. Okay, like this you have to do in all client membership and clients, and the all IP should be assigned by DHCP, not by manually. So this is my member server. I have the IP as assigned by the DHCP. How to know that it is assigned by the DHCP means I'm just closing all the windows. Go to ncpa.cpl. Open, right click status, details. Here you can see the lease period. If you get the lease period, it means it is assigned by the DHCP. Okay, close. Okay, and firewall should be stopped. How to do that, I will show you on the system. You have to do in all. Okay, firewall.cpl. Why? Because it will be stop the ping reply, so we don't know whether it is communicating or not. So for our reference, in the real time we have dedicated hardware firewall, no need to worry about it. So like that you have to do in all Windows client machines, in all client and domains, and check communication between the member servers and member client machines. So always you need to check from the domain and as well as member server to the domain to member server, ping and give the reply of the member server or the client numbers. Okay, so it's pinging. Next thing is we need to log in as the administrator everywhere. We need to log in as the administrator everywhere. Okay, check who I am, because you need to know who at which level you have to log in. So I have logged in with the Arsha/administrator, means it's a domain administrator. Here you can see like this also. Just closing and okay. Here install .NET 3.5 and later in every Windows servers and clients. So .NET framework is mandatory for every Windows. So the list, the link also given for the client machine. No need to worry about it. So for Windows 7, no, sorry, Windows 2012, when you have service, by default, we have to install like this. So click next. Here by default it's already installed. If it is not installed, you have to install. Domain is not a problem. You have to install in the where you install the PVS. It's mandatory, and where you install target device. Closing. Okay. And let's see step by step. First, we need to install the PVS in the member server. Just go to the PVS in the member server. Here, mount. Check first before going to check the login who I am, with whom credentials you have logged in. So I am logged in this admin, no problem. Settings and mount the PVS 5.6 CD. The why I have done the 5.6 is a basic PVS. If we understand this concept, we can easily do every version of PVS. Okay, computer here. Server installation, install server, next, sorry, install S, press S. Okay, so it will installing. No need to say anything in this process. So click next, accept, next, next, click next, go next, complete, now install. That's it. Install. So successfully install the PVS server, but we need to install the console also. Cancel, because we didn't install any back. So now browse DVD. So manually we have to install SQL Server. In the previous machine only we have the SQL. So click on the SQL Server Express. Why? Because we don't, for demo it's enough. In the real time we have separate ways. So we need to install on the configure SQL database. So I accept install. Next. Next, install. So next, next, select complete all the features. Next, some select the mixed mode. Why? Because all most of the products will support mixed mode, and type the password. Next, next, simple, next, no problem, next, next, install. So we successfully install SQL Server database for our PPS form. Okay, click refresh. Now, so Again, what we have to do is we need to configure the DHCP. For go, I already installed the DHCP in the Active Directory. Okay, go to DHCP and expand the server IPv4. Go to the server options and right click on that. We will get configure options. Configure options. Here you need to go 66 number. At the 66, we have to give the previous where we install the previous IP. Select that, give the previous boot file name, previous boot file system name. Go to the member server and check what exact the IP is. For that IP config and select the IPv4 address 10.21. Here 10.0.0.21. 21. Here the default boot name is this you have to give by default it's normal. It's common for everyone. PVS. Just copy it and paste it. Press OK. So we successfully configured the DHCP also for PVS and click the refresh the dashboard. Okay. And we need to configure the PVS server. Open the member server where we install the PVS and click Citrix provisioning configurations wizard. Configuration wizard. Okay. But because we have already installed, but only thing is configuration. So the DHCP server in another computer. So select another computer. Okay. Next. So the PS is running in the machine. So let leave it as a default. Next. We need to create a form for that. Next. Here click the database. I already have database. Click yes. Press yes. Next. 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 If you want to change the name, default you can change. I am changing. If you want to change, no problem. So where we need to keep the ISO previous store image. So I'm give the path and can create one folder for that. I'm creating a previous store to store the images of converted VHD hard disk. So I already have the license server, no problem. Next, for the trial version, it give 120 minutes. Configure the database. Press yes. Next. Next. So and don't forget to check this mark. Next. No problem. Edit. So make sure this option use DHCP net by network mask. Don't forget to check this mark. Automatically press install. Start. So okay, we successfully configured the PVS also from our end. So now we need to install the previous target machine on Windows 7 client mission. Why? Because I need to serve Windows 7 for 100 clients. So that is why I am selected as a Windows 7. So go to the first power on the BIOS for that system and select the boot order, network boot as a first order and a hard disk second order. And select hard disk for second boot priority. Press S, press F10 and save. First it will we don't have any on it, so it press any key for to enter into the system. Okay. login with administrator. So everywhere, even if you have in the client, you have to log in with the administrator credentials only, with the domain administrator credential only. So make sure you have installed .NET 4.35 or later by control panning. I already installed. So just exe file. Click on that if it will install. So I already installed .NET 4.5 framework. No. Okay. Next. So mount the CD DVD of PVS 516. Why? Because the target device is also having in that same ISO. Okay. Press on OK. Make sure these two are connected. Okay, go to my computer and CD DVD. My computer. Click on that ISO file. So here target device installation. Install. No, no, we don't have any upgrades. For the first time we are installing. Okay, next. I accept the license. Next. So next, no problem. Next, next, next. Next. Install. That's it. Installation is going to complete as soon. So the installation of target device is also completed. Only thing is we need to create the image. So next, next. So click type the IP address of the previous form where you have installed the previous. I have installed the 10.0.21. Click next. It will take time. Click now. Okay, right. Okay, so now we need to select the create new disk option. Give the name of for the disk. So I am giving Windows, and name can be anything. Select the dynamic. Why? Because I want to reduce the partition. No need to have exact same thing. So my hard disk is it. So I don't want this free space also in the hard disk. So select any number. It will prompt again what the necessary items will be. So I have given 10,000 free space is enough. Press next. So it is asking that 5521 MB is mandatory. Give the 55521. Okay, next. Give the target device name. Here the name also no formalities. Select the LAN card of this machine. Okay, next. Image my connection not problem. Okay, click next. Click optimize services and select all. Press OK. That's it. Finish. So it will create the hard disk and reboot the network. I already set it in the network boot. No, it's not a problem. Press S. Okay. Okay, press. Okay, login with administrator credentials. So it will take gen convert time. Most of it will take half an hour to 1 hour. So the converted image is going to store in this machine. So up to now it is converted this much. So now the will not now the so the converting is started. So the image, the physical, the VMware machine is going to convert into the VHA hard disk. The whole hard disk is going to share in the previous machine, in the previous store of the C drive. Click the log error. No need to worry. The word logs. Just verify the logs. What if any mistakes is there? It is appeared in there. Okay, no problem. Physical provisioning services. Why? Because it is already finished. No problem. Click OK. Finish. So we have converted not required later and shut down this machine. Why? Because we already have the virtual hard disk of this machine. No need to be online in this machine. Okay, shut down. Okay, I am closing. So the image is going stored in this machine, Windows previous machine. So I have given the store. C bar. Okay, now we have creating computer without hard disk. Click next. I already installed the operating system later. Windows and next. I am the giving 1 GB hard disk. In the 1 GB we don't have install any operating system. Why? Because we need at least have 10 GB. Edit settings. If you want to remove the hard disk, you can remove like this. Select and remove. But by default I will give it. Why? Because we don't have ability to install operating system in Windows 7 in 1 GB. We cannot install that. If we have, the performance will be good. That's it. So we don't write down the MAC address. Zero zero. Write down my MAC address. But we don't MAC address. FFC5F5. Okay, so I have written go to the previous machine and open Citrix configure Citrix provisioning wizard. Console, Citrix provisioning console, client. So type the IP or the local host. Why? Because I already installed. Type the IP of that. Press connect. Okay, expand that. Expand. Go. Expand sites. Expand Hyderabad. Go to the V disk. So here select the hard disk and change the mode. Double click on that, click mode and go change the standard. Press OK. Press OK. It is going to show change. So it will change. Double click on that again. 1 second. It will be changed. So it's already changed from private to cache and server. Why? Because this hard disk and the CPU and cache are showing in the server only. Here go to device and my collection, right click on that, create device. Why? Because we already assigned that. What are the machines we need to give? We need to collect the MAC address and we have to assign them, type the MAC address of that machine, for which we need to give the V disk 0003 in the MAC address. C6F5. Okay, sure. If you assign any MAC address wrongly, it will not assign. By default, it's 0, not O. Most of the members it will type O instead of O. So instead of 0, most of the members is type 0 and getting that we are not successful in the previous. Or press OK. and for which stores we need to give this option. So it's all not mandatory. And go to general and press ok. I'm sorry, type the client name, give one assign name for that, press ok. Yes, ok, completed. So we have assigned that. Go to the Windows 7 and just restart that. Press close. No, not meant. Okay. Okay, just restart that. The machine will be loaded with Windows 7. The machine will loaded with Windows 7. The successfully the IP also sent from the DHCP. Okay, it will take time. Yeah, successfully booted. Okay, controller press iWatch.com. This is my Windows 7. I don't have a license, that's why it will get rid of for every 180 minutes. Okay. So to know this, either it's a booted from hard disk or not, go to the disk management and see the hard disk. I have given only 1 GB hard disk and that is not formatted. It's a raw. So go to disk management. So here you can see my 1 GB hard disk is in the raw format. So it is booted with the VHD hard disk. Okay, shut down this machine. So we successfully seen that the PVS. Thanks for watching this video.